Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in the video with yet another video. Today, I'm coming to you guys with a current gen build video. Now, like I said yesterday's video, pretty much, we're going to be doing a test this week. I'm going to be going over pretty much a build from next gen, then a build from current gen. Then I'm going to be doing that pretty much all week. We're going to be seeing which generation pretty much does better, and that's going to pretty much gauge what y'all pretty much want to see. Now, I told y'all in yesterday's video, I'm going to also be starting playing, doing sub sessions on the weekends with y'all, whether it's on 20 current gen or next gen. I'll probably just turn on the stream and then just ask y'all in the chat what y'all really want to play. That's probably what I end up playing, because I got all three downloaded now, so we can just do whatever. But yeah, for today's video, I am back on current gen. I'm gonna be giving you guys the best slasher build. In my opinion, this is arguably the best build in the game. I wouldn't say it is because it's not as overpowered as a build I'm gonna be dropping from current gen this week. But yeah, just know that. Like I said though, in yesterday's video, I will be dropping the best build for next gen and the best build for current gen, the best big man build for next gen, and the best big man for current gen. So if you guys want those to come out as soon as possible, all you gotta do is show the support, leave a like, and that's all you really gotta do. But for today, I'm gonna be pretty much giving you guys my main build from current gen. This is pretty much, in my opinion, the best slasher build by far. Every single time I'll be still getting comments to this day asking me what is the build that I was using in my old videos. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be giving you guys that for the people that are still on current gen. So yeah, without further ado, if you haven't already liked the video, you need to go ahead and like that. Subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into the video.
I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I ride through your block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say. I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I have in the bins and pull up.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Alright, so first things first, when it comes to making these builds, no matter if we go next gen or current gen, it's always going to be the position. The position for this build is at the point guard position. Now, when I made it at first, I made it at shooting guard, but for video purposes, I'm going to be showing you guys at the point guard position. I feel like this one is a little bit better. Alright, next is going to be the pie chart. Now, for the pie chart, when it comes to current gen, shooting was a way higher importance on current gen, but I wanted to make my build different. Everybody was making these shooting and playmaker, and then when it came to later in the year, they started making shooting and finishing. But me, I wanted to be different, so I made a playmaking and finishing, because those playmaking and defensive builds was way worse than last year. If you remember from 2K20, those were the wave. So I wanted to make a build like that, but a little bit more towards my playstyle. So I made a playmaking and finishing. That's just gonna get you playmaking and finishing Hall of Fame badges. On next gen, you can get anything Hall of Fame, but on current gen, it kind of limits you a little bit more. All right, next is going to be the physical profile. Now, for the physical profile, this is where you're gonna be getting your speed, acceleration, strength, and vertical. Now, for this build, I do go with the speed pie chart. That's just gonna make you that much faster. And when you use this build, you're gonna see it's gonna make you faster on defense, when you're guarding the ball, when you're just trying to go for a fast break, even when you got the ball in your hands. So yeah, that's gonna make a real big difference. You might not understand it now, but just listen to me. Just listen to me. All right, next is going to be the attributes. Now, for the attributes is quite simple. We're going to end up with 20 finishing, 10 shooting, 23 playmaking with 6 defensive rebound badges. Now, for next gen, this might not be a lot of badges, but for current gen, this is one of the most badge builds in the game. It's not nothing like the 68 badge build that you can make on here, but 59 is really close to 60, so that's really good. Now, with that being said, we're going to pretty much max out our close shot, driving layup, driving dunk. Then we're going to have a 46 standing dunk to get the 20th finishing badge. Then when it comes to the shooting, we're going to max out our mid-range, three-pointer, free throw. Then for the post fade, we're gonna put that up to a 54 to get our 10th shooting badge. Then for the playmaking, we're gonna max out pass accuracy, ball handle, post move up to a 44 to get our 23rd playmaking badge upgrade. Then when it comes to the defensive rebounding, we're gonna max out our perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, and defensive rebound to get 6 defensive badge upgrades. Now, that's pretty much the attributes for this build. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do is copy this and you're gonna have the attributes. All we got left to go over is the height, weight, wingspan, then the takeover, and then the best badge setups for this build. All right, next. Now, I made this build at the point guard position, the shooting guard position, and the small forward. I didn't mention this yet, but if you make this build at small forward, you will be able to get more badges. Now, if you guys want me to update y'all on that and show all 3 different ways, because it's completely different at every single position, all you gotta do is just show me that. Y'all leaving a like on the video. Now, for the height, we're gonna be going with 6'5". 6'5", in my opinion, is the best height for any guard build on this game. So yeah, 6'5", you see what's gonna be going up, what's gonna be going down. It really doesn't take too big of a hit at 6'5". So even if you're at small forward, shooting guard, go 6'5". It's just that simple. All right, next is going to be the weight. Now for the weight, we're gonna be at 178 pounds. Why? That's gonna be pretty much the closest to minimum while not losing too much on the interior defense and lateral quickness. So speed almost at a 95, acceleration almost at a 95. Is that a 94, 93, which is going to be able to get up to a 98 and a 97. But if you think about it, at 99, that's going to be really close already. But you can also get gym rat. That's going to be another +4. So you got to think about it. You're going to be getting +8 in total. So yeah, that's going to be really good. Now, if you want to go back and put it to speed vertical pie chart, that's up to you. You're going to be cutting it real close. Like I said, that's up to you. But for me, I did go with the speed pie chart, so that's what I'm really much showing. All right, next is the wingspan. Now for the wingspan on this build, I did go to 84.2. I didn't go minimum, I didn't go max. It's a reason for that. I went 84.2 because on current gen, the game was pretty much made off of thresholds. You want to be at the 95 plus, 99, 90, 85, 80, 75 or 70 plus threshold. But if you was below a 75, it was a completely huge difference on how easy it was to shoot. Now, you could shoot, but it wouldn't be nearly as easy or consistent. Like, if you was under 75 3-pointer, you was at like a 25% chance of making it. So I didn't really take too many threes, but what I really tried to go crazy at was the mid-range. I really tried to go crazy at the mid-range. So that really was how I really played with it. I could spot up in the corner really decently, but at the mid-range is what really made my build really good. Now, another thing why you want to go 84.2 is because you're going to get a lot more defense, but mainly you're going to be able to get those contact dunks off rip that you really want. So 84.2 is really good because not only are you going to have a 66 3-pointer to get to a 70 at 99, but you're going to have the contact dunks off rip. You're going to have a really good ball handle, and your defense is even going to be going up. So why not? And last but not least, before we get into the build name and all that, all we got to go over is the takeover. Now, I might have to update y'all on the takeover rankings for current gen. I don't really think I have to. We already know what's the most overpowered one. It's definitely going to be sharp because shooting is so prevalent in this game. But the next closest one, in my opinion, is definitely slasher. But Playmaker is pretty overpowered because I was testing stuff and it's way too easy to get ankles in this game. You can take ankles with anything. So Playmaker might be up there too, but for video purposes, I did go slasher takeover, and that just is very, very overpowered. You're gonna get a contact dunk every single time. Contact dunk frequency on current gen is crazy. In my opinion, it might even be higher than next gen. Next gen just has way higher stats, but I'm not gonna get too much into that. But yeah, you have built slash and Playmaker, similar to shades of Jamal Murray, John Morant, and Penny Hardaway. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the build. That's pretty much how I made the build. All we got left to go is the best bad setup for this build for the finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. All right, so first things first, when it comes to the bad setups, we got the finishing bad setup. Now, for the finishing bad setup, we have Hall of Fame contact finisher, Hall of Fame giant slayer, Hall of Fame relentless finisher, Hall of Fame slithery finisher, and Hall of Fame showtime. 3 of these badges are badges that's not even on next gen. Relentless finisher, contact finisher, showtime. Showtime is very overpowered. I remember this very, very well. It's a badge that not only helps you, but it also helps your teammates get takeover whenever you do a highlight dunk, like a flashy dunk or a contact dunk. Very, very good. Slithery finisher, we know about that. It's probably the best badge in this game. It's gonna get you the best animation at every single time for every single situation. It's also going to be upping your dunk frequency. And if you partner it up with Kyrie Irving, it becomes even more overpowered. It's that simple. Then when it comes to contact finisher, I go over this all the time. It's the same thing as posterizer. It just also helps layups on current gen. So it actually does more than posterizer does on next gen. So contact finisher, what it does is pretty much it helps you make more contact layups. But if you have the contact dunks, that's 20%. Then on top of that, every tier of contact finisher is 15% added on top of that 20%. So 35% for bronze, 65% at gold, 50% at silver. I don't know why I went in that order. 80% at Hall of Fame. And that's not even all talking about what your drive and dunk rating is. If you have takeover, none of that. Then we have Giant Slayer to pretty much cancel out badges like Rim Protector, because Rim Protector improves the blocking ability of a player. Giant Slayer reduces the chances of you getting blocked. Now, it also reduces the shot contest. It also reduces the height advantage and all that type of stuff. But mainly, that's what I like using it for. Then we got Relentless Finisher for whenever you having a problem with stamina. It's gonna make it that much easier to finish that dunk, that layup, that lob, that contact dunk. It doesn't really matter. It's gonna make it that much easier to finish those things, especially when fatigued. So yeah, man, that's going to be the best finishing badge setup for this build. Next is going to be the best shooting badge setup for this build. Now, for the best shooting badge setup for this build, we don't have that many badges to work with because we only have 10, and it's not really a shooting build, but we are going to do this the right way. We're going to have gold hot zone hunter to be able to shoot within our hot zones. Getting hot zones in a build like this is very important. So yeah, you definitely want to have gold hot zone hunter. Gold range center to extend our range and make it that much easier to shoot within our range. That badge is very similar to how it was in 2K20. It's not as overpowered, but it does make a bigger difference if you have it at gold. So yeah, you definitely want to have that at gold. Then we have gold green machine, so that when we are getting greens, it's going to make it that much easier to keep consistently getting greens. Then we have hot start, so we're not going to take too many shots. So when we have that badge, it's going to make it that much easier to shoot off the rip until we miss. It does nothing. Now, if you're not a person, you know you're not going to shoot too many shots because Green Machine is really based off consecutive greens. So if you're not a person that, if you know you're not going to get consecutive greens like that, and Green Machine doesn't really do that much on current gen compared to what it did on 20, you can put that to a badge like Catch and Shoot and Corner Specialist. Corner Specialist is actually a really good badge. Deadeye is actually a really good badge. It might be a very needed badge on current gen, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it's not a badge that works too much. So I would really say more towards Corner Specialist. That badge definitely works, and Catch and Shoot also works really well. So if you're a person that don't really want to go with Hot Shot, or not Hot Shot, but Hot Start and Green Machine, put those on Catch and Shoot and Corner Specialist. If you put Corner Specialist on, don't go by Silver. So pretty much put Silver Corner Specialist and Silver Catch and Shoot. That's what my tips would be for this shooting badge setup. But yeah, that's going to be the best shooting badge setup for this build. Alright, next is going to be the best playmaking badge setup for this build. We have 23 badge upgrades to work with. Now, we have 5 Hall of Fame and 1 gold. Now, what I would say, when I was testing out stuff, Hall of Fame ankle breaker is broken. It's broken. You will take ankles at a ridiculous rate. I've tested it against CPUs. I tested it at the park. I tested it at the rec. It works very well. That's what I would say. Then we have a badge like Quick for Step that's going to help you speed boost at the highest rate possible. That's going to help you get open for threes, mid-range, dunks, layups, contact dunks. It doesn't really matter. It might even help your teammates get open because you're going off so easily, getting open off Quick for Step, especially in a game like current gen where speed boosting is in the game, or speed glitching, not speed boosting. But then we have Handles for Days to cancel out the stamina issue. That badge doesn't work as good as next gen, but you definitely want it to cancel out the stamina issue. But next, we actually have a badge that actually works on current gen in comparison to next gen, Unpluckable. This is going to help you not get ripped as much as possible. Now, when it comes to getting bump stolen, it doesn't really do anything for that, but Unpluckable definitely works really well on current gen in my opinion. Then we have Floor General for when you have your teammates. You're going to be giving them +4 to all their offensive attributes. Dimer, that's going to even help them even more shoot. And current gen is a game where you really want to help your teammates be able to shoot as high or as much as possible. So yeah, that's going to be the best playmaking badge setup for this build. And last but not least, before we go ahead and end off this video, we got the defensive rebounding badge setup for this build, and we have 6 badge upgrades to work with. Now we have gold clamps, bronze intimidator, and silver interceptor. Now gold clamps, that's going to pretty much make you play the best on-ball defense possible. Whether you're playing ISO, screens, full court, half court, it's going to make you play the best on-ball defense possible. Interceptor, pretty much going to have you in the passing lanes as much as possible. playing the best passing lane steals. And then we got Intimidator Bronze. That's gonna help you get the best shot contest possible. Now, last time when I was making videos, I didn't test this enough, but Intimidator, back then I knew it didn't really work that well, so I didn't go past Bronze because you wanted that at least Bronze because it didn't work, but I didn't see a difference between Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Hall of Fame. So I was just using it at Bronze. Now, it's been a little while since I tested that. I tested that like 3 months ago. So y'all need to put in the comments down below if I should be putting that higher or not. But another thing, when it came to current gen, back then the meta for current gen was screens with playmaking shot creator with like a rim running big. Is that still the meta? Because if that's still the meta, people might need to start putting on pick dodger. But yeah, that also might be another thing that y'all need to put in the comments down below. But yeah, until then, that's going to be pretty much the best defensive badge setup for this build. All you got to do to pretty much make me start dropping more current gen videos is leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, be the first to every single one video. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. I pretty much gave you guys every single one on how to make this build from the position, attributes, height, weight, wingspan, takeover, all the way down to the best badge setups for the finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. So yeah, man, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, be the first to every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out there, man.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Bands to make her talk, if she don't wanna speak, then that shit chalk. I came in peace till that boy talk. I'm on my knees and I'm praying to the Lord. Last year they said I was dreaming a lot. Just 1 year later and we still won't stop. Been stacking my paper, best where I know.